What is up, YouTube? It's Pure for Kicks, and today I got a special little episode for you. Recently, I have joined a fish club. It's called the GSLAS. It's the Great Salt Lake Aquarium Society Fish Club here in Salt Lake City. And for the first presentation I even went to, I had the opportunity to meet a famous collector from Central America. Well, he collects from Central America. His name is Rusty Wessel. And it happened to be a blizzard that day, so not very many people made it. As you can see here in the auction video, we got Bob Allen right there, which is a very, very famous breeder here in Salt Lake City, in the plaid shirt. Over by the gentleman bending down, that's Mike, the president of the GSLAS. So I was fortunate enough to pick up some fish due to the blizzard. I ended up picking up some Thorichthys, Callolpeis from Rio Carolina. You can see him at the first of that video. And then I picked up some Grijalva Salvinis, which Rusty says are in the top 2 Salvinis, so I'm really excited there. You can see him there in the bag before the auction. So I did bring you some footage on the fish. Now the footage from the fish is probably about 2 weeks, 3 weeks after the auction. So I wanted to bring you some footage on how they look like inside the tanks, which is next. And then after that, I actually got some footage of the Salvinis, and then I got some footage of the Callolpeis presentation that Rusty Wessel gave to us at the auction at the club. So here's the video of the Salvinis in the tank. Now again, mind you that this is about 2 to 3 weeks after the auction. I wanted to make sure they were sitting at home. I have some awesome pictures of these I'll have to upload later in some other episodes, but very beautiful fish, and I can't wait to get these ones bigger. I got 5 of the Salvinis, so these ones are really exciting for me to have. The next one I'm going to show you is the Thorichthys Callolpeis, and this is a very rare fish to the hobby. Rusty says that he has about 2 spawns in the last 5 years, so I'm really excited to bring these ones to the hobby. Unfortunately enough, they're very susceptible to bloat, and I did lose 2 on the delivery over here. I didn't even get 2 of them to eat at all with the live brine, but the other 2 made it just fine, and it looks to be a pair. One of them's a lot bigger, has some other color, and they look a little bit different. As you can see, that one to the right is a lot smaller than the one to the left. But the next one I'm going to bring you is some Rusty Wessel footage from the presentation. First the Salvini and then the Callolpeis. So I hope you enjoy this episode. Pure for Kicks. I'm out.
And then the Salvini from this range. And it is by far the nicest Salvini, even nicer than the Candelaria. Well, I don't know, Candelaria and Grijalva are very similar, but there is an aquarium. And I did bring a bag of these for the auction. There's 4 or 5, 6 of them in the bags of the Salvini and Grijalva. And this is the male. The male doesn't get the red that the Candelaria gets, but it's a spectacular fish. And those little babies that you see in the photo, those are some of them in the bag. First time I brought them out. They're really nice. Here's the tail and the aquarium. Here's just a video of one. That's helpful. And then my favorite Thorichthys that comes from this region. Actually, my favorite Thorichthys, and I brought a bag for the auction. This is a very rare Thorichthys, and it's called Callolpeis. It's the largest of the Thorichthys. They get 7 inches long. They get long trailers. It's the only Thorichthys that lives in the fast current. Very colorful, very beautiful. And again, they live out in these fast currents of the Rio Carolina. To give you an idea of the river itself, there's the bull right. Then the Thorichthys. This female has some eggs right here, and she's just protecting at this point. You know, she's not really that aggressive at this point because the fry, they're just eggs on the bottom. She sits above them. This is a really cool fish. This fish can swim backwards as fast as it can swim forward. And we'll get to see that in a video here shortly. And they're pretty rare. There's not many in the hobby. I've had just like 2 spawns, I think, in the past 5 years of this fish. They are very susceptible to bloat. You have to keep them under good, clean, pristine water. Don't overfeed. But somebody will get the bag of them. There's 5 or 6 in there.
So they're better off with that cobalt food too, then, like you were saying?
Yes, no
That helps
question.
with the bloat.
Yep.
What was the other food you said out that it was?
Extreme, it's just started putting probiotics into their food. If it's an older order, it probably doesn't have probiotics. But the new stuff they're making has probiotics in it. But here's a female that has some tiny fry. Get a little closer, they'll build one pit where they'll keep the fry. And again, these get bigger, they get 7 inches. But very colorful and very, very nice. They also get bars on them when they start tending the fry. Here she goes swimming backwards. There she is. It's amazing.
What do they eat in the wild?
Primarily, they pick at the substrate, crustaceans. They'll eat fish. They're opportunistic to eat anything, basically. But they primarily pick at the substrate for small food. Look at them backwards. That's the main one. Again, I mean, it's a pretty cool behavior for us to see that swimming backwards. An aquarium, there they are. Very colorful.